a thread by Soul War. Meet the new fascism, same as the old fascism. Noted author Saul Montez Bradley has suffered personally from fascism and has become an implacable foe of tyranny of any kind. He recently mentioned something called La Carta del Lavoro. And then the Saul Montez Bradley quotation, those who label words as violence do so for the sole purpose of justifying violence against words. I pulled it up and saw it was introduced by dictator Benito Mussolini in 1927 and consisted of 30 main articles. Here's a full presentation of all 30 from archive.org. Fascist Italy under Mussolini used a contingent of thugs to seize and maintain control. The black shirts. That control was cemented by the legislation Mussolini introduced in 1927, which paved the way to his new Roman Empire, which was actually nothing more than his dark desire to forge Italy into an oppressor nation that would use military and economic pressures to dominate others. Hitler followed Mussolini's doctrine far more successfully than Il Duce himself, whose disastrous military campaigns in Africa and Greece actually compelled Hitler to rescue his ideological mentor more than once, including literally rescuing Mussolini from captivity via a commando raid. I admit Scorzeni's dark history fascinates me. Mussolini found Pandora's box, but it was Hitler who unleashed it on the world. For an idea of how badly the casualties of World War II are always being updated. Higher every decade. When I was in high school, 79 to 83, it was 46 million. To anyone who studied the USSR and Marxism's wholly negative impact upon humanity, the name Yuri Bezmenov is quite familiar. He defected from the Soviet Union in 1970 and sounded a dire warning to the West. He lectured on Soviet tactics of dissent and control for years before dying in 1993. Yuri Bezmenov, former KGB agent, quote, "The highest art of warfare is not to fight at all, but to subvert anything of value in the country of your enemy until such time that the perception of reality of your enemy is screwed up to such an extent that he does not perceive you as an enemy. You can take your enemy without a single shot being fired." You can find his incredible 1984 interview on YouTube where he lays out exactly what we are suffering as a nation right fucking now. Antifa, black shirts, BLM, fascists, the Democrat strongholds, all of it makes sense. In a brilliant move, someone is cluing in the youth and hardcore gamers like me. Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War covers Bezmenov's revelation of Soviet techniques to subvert entire countries to collapse themselves. Then they ride in to help when a quisling asks them to. In this case, the quislings themselves are domestic as they fix the board for America to lose everything and collapse so they can complete their long-planned fundamental transformation to finally and forever destroy America as founded. We'd be serfs as they wined and dined. Think that's hyperbole? Look at the Democrat Party platform for 2020, demconvention.com. Then compare it to Mussolini's from 1927. Meet the new fascists, same as the old fascists, and pray we don't get fooled again. Those very rich and very stupid people President Trump openly mentioned during the Ingram interview want the power and control of Il Duce and Der Fuhrer, which were total dictatorships that would only gain power and control after extended periods of chaos and conflict. Do you see it yet? I've stated over and over, the usual suspects coin is chaos. They foment it and grow it everywhere possible so that they can then take advantage. Misery, suffering, death. President Trump is vying with demons. We are blessed beyond measure that he is our champion. So now, as Carlos Osuida has excellently laid out in a recent thread, when you defend yourself using your Second Amendment, you are the one prosecuted and persecuted by agenda-driven district attorneys in cities. The same disgusting types of DAs that drove Jake Gardner to suicide are the same types allowing criminals to rampage. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Never mind, everyone. The dark forces that are making sure ideological, race-based lunatics are voted into those district attorneys' offices are using blackface. My bad. Since President Trump and AG Barr are recovering the rule of law, the opposition is now seeking to break the prosecutorial aspect of the judicial system. See Portland, Oregon, and Mayor Ted Wheeler. The police are now super duper good at IDing and arresting criminals, so these shitbag ideologues are quickly releasing them right back onto the streets to cause mayhem. Hey, they've been doing this for decades in deep blue shitholes. Trump's just pushed this out into the open. Scroll through this timeline, link in the thread. Wheeler's Portland is just like most big D cities, but a tad more blatant. Well, now I've shown you how and why all this is happening. My work here is done. I'll just, huh? What's that? Solutions? How do we fix this? Okay, I'll tell you. We already fixed it by voting Trump in 2016. We cement victory on November 3rd. If I know everything, do you think Trump didn't know this before he was inaugurated? No one seems to realize that Trump has agency, the ability to act. Right now, Tim Pool is using the word polarized. Remind you where you may have heard that word before? President Trump is not left or right. He's plus minus in his political life model. He's going to stand in the middle after November, and he will gravitate as many Americans to him as possible. And success is one hell of a magnet. Trolls will tell you that joining him is surrender. No. I'm a conservative. I know he's not, and it doesn't matter. I surrender nothing by meeting him on common ground in the middle to talk things over and work out differences with him and other Americans. The enemy polarized us to destroy our peace and stability and then take control. After President Trump is reelected, you will see a reckoning. It will be beyond eye-opening. It will end the Democrat Party as it exists and then merit that ending for who and what they've done. They made a deal with the devil when the world's best deal maker offered them peace and safety. The terrorists these fools have raised up and enabled will end up destroying them. As we watch, safe in red states and cities, you will watch America's prosperity, stability, and sanity grow into the Pax Americana I've mentioned. Blue states, sorry guys, you get what you voted for. Get out or suffer the hell ride. Until their America collapses or wises up, all we can do is help them from the sidelines and ensure their madness doesn't spread to our America. This has been a brutal and ugly lesson we had to learn. So many have been demoralized beyond all reach. One of the secrets of the soul war is that true power comes from within by controlling yourself. The enemy doesn't believe that. They believe that power is gained by controlling others. This disagreement is about to climax in a confrontation that will shake the heavens. They were asked and then told to stop under law, under compact. They have refused, and resorted to insurrection and extortion, they'll be dealt with the same way Jefferson dealt with the Barbary pirates: naked, overwhelming force. Where is Benito's Mare Nostrum or Hitler's Reich? Ask America's greatest generation, whose great grandkids now serve in a reconstituted US military that is going to witness America's second great awakening, that will not only reaffirm the original, but will chart new horizons in humanity's achievements. Having won our soul war. To support the works of Brent Cates, donate any amount at paypal.me/Brent Cates. Thank you for listening, and remember, I will be the greatest president that God ever created.